First recollection of Ellenville? Who lived there, and what were some of the things that kept you busy?
The first thing I know is about the farm that we bought. Well, we used to go to Shapiro's farm. You know, Ida's father had a farm further down, further away from the Allenville. We used to go there for the summer. We used to rent a room. My mother used to rent a room, and we'd spend. And Shapiro used to buy the food in town, and he'd sell it to the people that what they call them, the kochelein, the ones who rented it.
Yeah. They didn't serve it, you know.
They cooked themselves. They had stoves, a large kitchen. They had stoves there, and each of the women did their own cooking. So that's when I remember. I was only a few years old, I guess, then. I remember going to the country then. And after that, they decided, well, maybe it'd be a good idea if they bought a farm themselves. There was the three families. My parents, Max Fishman and Ida, Max Wilprinski and Ida, I should say, and his father, Abe's father, Sam Fishman. And that lasted, I don't know, a year maybe or so that we were all together. And then my parents got a farm also further away from the town.
Maybe a mile.
Something like that, yeah. I used to walk.
Now, Ben Weprinski was also on the farm. Was he born there, or?
I don't remember how he came in there.
Who's that?
Ben Weprinski.
Oh, Ben Weprinski.
Max.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and this Ben was.
He was born on the farm in 1918. I guess just not long before we separated.
Did you go to school there?
Who?
You.
I started school. I started the time he was born. I started the first grade down there.
Did they have Sherman?
Oh, sure.
I had
Everybody
Sherman.
had Sherman. Yeah. And
What kind of school was it? Can you describe the school?
It was one room, of course.
Yeah, one room.
With a stove in the center.
Yeah.
And they had different classes there.
The belt, you remember the first class, one belt?
Yeah, they had different classes. They had a long bench. Well, each one had desks, you know what they said? And they had a long bench, and then every time, according to the schedule, the first grade would, a few students in the first grade would sit down on the bench, and they'd recite whatever they did, or she'd tell them something, and then when they finished, they went back to their desk, and then second grade would come up. I mean,
what did the other students do while this
They were doing their work. They were studying, doing their homework or whatever. Yeah.
And what kind of, do you recall what kind of books you had? Did you have papers? Did you write on paper?
Well, we had paper, I guess, you know. But books, I don't quite remember what. As I say, I was in the first grade then.
Is this where Harry got in trouble then?
I remember that the name of the teacher, I think, was Sherman, right?
Right.
And at that time, she was 90 years old. And 1 year later, she's still teaching.
No, I don't think she was 90 years old. In fact, she looked... Well, yeah, to her, she looked old. In fact, I think she had a sister who was also a teacher somewhere else.
Dad, is this where Harry got in trouble, Uncle Harry?
Oh, no, that was in Brooklyn, right, when we went to...
What's that story?
Yeah, that we went to, after we gone to Brooklyn with our family from the farm, we went to school in Brooklyn, 2nd Street. You went to
109.
109. I had Emma Goldman, I had Emma Goldman, the team teacher. Well, anyway, we went to class, and we all, as I said, we all, in the English, we all went to the same class. My young brother, myself, Max and Penny didn't go to school, they went to night school. And Harry, Ray keeps on raising his hand, and the teacher don't pay attention. Raises it. So I was sitting around with Harry. And all of a sudden, I see a stream of water coming. I said, Harry, what's this to do? So they lost me again. It was the teacher didn't pay attention, so he said I had to do
Sam, what other recollections do you have about Ellenville?
Well, of course, from our family, after we didn't stay long on the second farm, we moved down to the village, right, into town.
Yeah, in the town,
We lived,
Allenville.
before that was Ulster Heights, where the farm was.
Yeah.
When we moved down into the town, and my father was doing, well, we had in fact, we had a grocery store.
Fruit
store.
grocery.
A fruit store. Green and, I mean, fruits and vegetables.
On Main Street, wasn't it on Main Street? On the
Was the main or market? There were
Market.
There were two main,
Two
well,
main
main streets and then Market Street. I don't know. I guess it was right across from that newspaper. I think there was a newspaper there in Ellenville.
Did your mother work in the store too?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
worked
she
in.
was-
I worked
yeah.
in there too.
I used to go with his father to go to New York to buy fruit and
Is
vegetables.
that where they went? I didn't
Yeah,
know.
to New York. we used to
Yeah.
go. In the Washington Market.
Yeah.
We
well,
used to
that's-
cross ferries. They didn't have no tunnels or bridges. We used to go with the ferry, with the car, with the truck, you know.
Yeah,
We used
yeah.
to be in like once a week or so. I used to go to New York. I remember that very well.
That's
One
when you
time,
started.
I'll never forget. One time, I kept an animal. I don't know what it was, and it jammed his brake on, and the car right in back of him smashed it.
Oh,
So, you know, you wouldn't remember that. He had, and it's fortunate, he was very careful, but being so careful, he used to get accidents.
Who are you
Your
talking
father.
about, my father?
Yeah.
What brought him to New York to go to the vegetable business? How did he go into that?
Well, they were finished with well, first they were finished with the farm, and then with living in Ellenville, because they thought it
How
wasn't
did they go
good
into
for the
wholesale
children.
vegetable business? How did he go into the wholesale vegetable business?
Well, that he got into, well, as they say, we had to store the vegetables in Ellenville, and then he decided that that was the way he was gonna, well, I guess maybe even before he was doing it, I don't know.
Delivery, you mean? He used to
Yeah, well,
wholesale? He used
yeah,
to
that-
sell wholesale too, I think. Even
That's what-
Heaven store, didn't he?
Huh?
Sell to other store or
Yeah,
restaurant?
you mean in New York?
Oh, New York, I know.
No, I don't think so. No, just
Before-
the store.
Before they went to the farm, he had, during the war, I think he had been a streetcar driver for a while, hadn't he, before they went? I seem to remember
think
hearing that
afterward
story.
he was on the, he tried to work on the elevated train. As a
Afterward?
conductor, I think so.
Conductor?
Oh, was your
But-
father?
Yeah, but it didn't last too long.
But then when they moved to New York, his father had a wholesaler, the delivery to restaurants.
Yeah.
And then somehow we met Abe.
Abe,
They
when they
became a
came over,
partner.
he took
Well,
him
that
in. Well,
was-
first
yeah.
he
It was
took
later
him
on.
on.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was learning the language, so he took
Yeah,
him on.
right.
And then they became.
Abe, I remember Abe working as a dishwasher too.
Yes,
In the
restaurant.
right?
Yes,
Restaurant
yeah.
dishwasher. Until he learned it, and then he became partner. And after going, that Uncle Joe, we realized Abe, because that son kept on him too, you know, he was a Draco. And they got together and they did wonderful. They did very
Yeah,
well.
they did.
All right, the suggestion was made, Sam, that you tell us who you are and who you are the son of, because we hadn't introduced that side of the family.
Well, I
So
thought,
tell-
aren't they
well,
finishing up with this?
No, well, just tell us that so we know, for those who don't know.
Well, what's his name, Rebecca and Joseph Podgor were my parents, and I was the oldest born. That was always held against me.
Why was it held against you?
That's you know, it's a wonderful, in the Jewish tradition about your her, our oldest. The oldest is the son. You inherit everything. You
Well,
know,
yeah.
He got the big
Those who were-
education.
State your name. My name? Sam Podgor. My name, yeah. Well,
And how was your relationship with your grandfather when he had come
Oh.
over?
well, Abe told them.
Besides that part, the
He
fact
brought
that
the
he-
glasses in the center.
No, but he used to also teach him,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Yeah,
Your
he said
he started.
I don't know if I brought it out, but so my Zayd said after I tell him about
Why
you bring me, why you don't ask me? Why do you ask Sam all the time? So he said when I ask Sam for the siddur, he brings me the glasses, he brings me the shoes, he puts a pillow behind me and I can't. When I ask you for the siddur, you bring me the siddur. What am I going to do with the siddur?
But didn't he arrange for you to go to day school? You went to the Jewish day, to a day school, a Hebrew school.
I don't think he was involved anymore.
I thought he,
grandfather?
yeah.
No.
He did, he
No,
taught
but
us.
he too, he went to school, and they used to speak Yiddish only at home. So you had to learn, but you also went to the day school, and I remember when you started public
that-
school.
Yeah, my grandfather used to teach
Yeah, he taught us, yeah.
he taught Hebrew. But my father's the one that was the first in the town to originate the Shulam Alechem. My father was a socialist. There was a socialist, and that was a socialist at school. He was the one that originated the school on Dumont. I'll never forget, on Dumont Avenue.
Your father.
My father.
Oh, yeah?
He used to be very close with Abe Khan from the Forwards. You heard of the Forwards?
Sure.
He used to be very,
Still
he
there?
was also social, very close friends with him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we used to go to meetings. I remember you used to go to meetings.
Well, you were
Yeah,
older, of
yeah.
course. You were older then also.
Do you care to say how old you are?
Huh?
Would you care
Now?
to yes.
Yes, I'll tell you, I was born actually in 1907.
Then they
So
gave
you
it-
just-
No, in 1908, I'm sorry. But in order to get license to drive a motorcycle, I had to tell him I'm a year later because I couldn't get it.
Year
I was too
older.
young. And then I remained on that, and that I'm 07. I don't want to get mixed up, so I say I'm in 07. But actually, I was born in 08.
So you got your
That's-
social security earlier too then?
Yeah, right. And it was better.
Yeah.
Right. And you was it? Oh yeah, and always my sister friend. No, not Shirley. Just you're not born in 1907. You're born 1908.
Yeah,
And
they
my
wanted to make you younger.
Shirley always used to. No, not younger. That was born in 1908.
Yeah, but I mean, you wanted to make...
Right, you wanted to get my right age.
Yeah, so you
But
should
it's
be
too
older
late
than you.
already.
Yeah.
So I did it, and I was looking for the passport. You know, passport gives the age, but I have no passport.
Well,
But so I'm always say.
So you're older than
actually,
you are. I mean, you're younger than you
I'm
are.
84 and a half is my
When's your
right age,
birthday?
But I go like 85.
When's your birthday?
I got Social Security here.
Dad,
Yeah,
tell us about your
forever.
birthday.
When is your birthday?
July the 4th.
Yeah, of course. They always had a holiday.
Yeah, all the family was July the 4th.
Oh, yeah.
Even Max was on Christmas. My father was, I said, a holiday is a holiday. You can't tell Jewish Christmas, one on Hanukkah. Every child was
It's a holiday. That's
Me,
not a
it's
holiday.
July the 4th because I was born in July. And he couldn't remember maybe the day.
So
Maybe it was July the 4th. I don't know. I never asked my father why July the 4th. You know, I don't remember.
Like George M. Cohan.
Until
Yeah,
Dad
he
was,
picked a holiday. Everybody in the holiday. All
until
the
Dad
five
was
Jews.
about 17, he thought his fireworks were
Yeah,
pretty.
yeah. Right.
Do we
Yeah.
have any more questions?
Okay.
Anything else?
Can you
It was a
imagine?
wonderful, wonderful meeting with all our
Yeah.
rich coffee here.
Not over yet.
I hope to
Another
meet
session.
again.
There's another
I
session.
hope to meet again next year. I think there was a time that you talked about going to Russia, maybe, no? I think Jackie, maybe you should go to Russia, visit our hometown, Seattle Coast.
You did take a trip.
There was a time that I went.
Everyone say bye-bye.
You come back again.
Everyone say bye-bye.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Let's meet.